What is going on, hybrid shooters? It's Jason Vong, finally bringing back FAQ Fridays. Without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and jump into the questions. So just really quickly, I know a lot of you guys have been asking in the Zhiyun Crane 2 video, what's going to be the price of the Zhiyun Crane 2? Well, it's finally official now. It is $749, which makes it $100 more than the Crane V2 when it first came out. However, the Crane V2 did drop in price to about $549, I believe, to $520. I'm not too quite sure, but I have links to both of those gimbals in the description box below in case you want to pre-order the 2 or get the V2. Also, a lot of you guys have been asking me on my Instagram if the Crane V2 can support a heavy setup like an A7S II or R2 with the 24-70 G Master. And the answer is no. You want to get the Crane 2. That's why they made the Crane 2 to support the heavier setups. With the Crane 2, you can balance the A6500 with the Sigma 18-105mm art lens with the MC11 adapter, or the full frame A7s with the G Master 24-70. That's the exact reason why they made it. For people like you who want to balance heavy setups. But if you're like me, you like the lighter setups, you want to use your small, tiny little cameras with a compact light prime lenses, then get the V2. So this is a question I've been getting from multiple people in the past recent month, and that is, would I recommend either the Zeiss 16-70 f4 or the Sony 18-105 f4? Now, I personally don't own the Sony 18-105, so I can't really make the best comparison that I can, but here's what I know. People either have the Zeiss 16-70 or they have the 18-105. I personally have the 16-70. I think it's a great lens for video work. I actually shot the entire A6500 review on that lens. I think it came out great. But there are people who are saying that Zeiss does have a bad batch of lenses or something like that. I personally don't remember what that is or have experienced it. I do have to admit the edges are a little soft on the 16-70. I'm not too sure about the 18-105, but that's my experience with that lens. People who do have the Sony 18-105, they love it, and I personally think it would be the best bang for your buck, especially with that lens giving you an extra 30mm in distance. Yes, you do lose out that 2mm in that wide end, but I don't think it's that much of a difference. Another major difference between these two lenses is that when you zoom with the 16-70, the lens actually protrudes out, whereas the 18-105 does all the zooming internally. So if you are a filmmaker, you're a videographer, and you're flying the camera on a crane, a Zhiyun crane, or any sort of stabilizer, then the 18-105 is great because when you do zoom, you're not gonna change the balance on the gimbal. Whereas the 16-70, you will change the balance. Depending on which stabilizer you use, it might not be ideal. However, if you use the 16-70 on a Zhiyun crane, if you do end up zooming, I don't think it's gonna be too much of an issue because the A6500 and the 16-70 are both very light combos anyway. Even if you zoom, I don't think it's gonna be too much of an issue. But hey, if you want to save on money, definitely go for the 18-105. But if you like the look of the Zeiss, then if you can get a great deal on the Zeiss 16-70, I say go for it. I personally got my Zeiss 16-70 at an extremely great deal. I went to a used camera store in Japan called Map Camera, and I think I got it for like, I don't know, like 550 bucks, 550 US dollars. So it was very comparable to the 18-105. And the reason why I went for the Zeiss 16-70 is just because I like the way it zooms. I'm more used to that zooming as opposed to the power zoom that you have to do on the 18-105. However, there are people who said that you can actually zoom the way you zoom on a 16-70 on the 18-105, if that makes any sense. But that's something that I need to confirm at a later time when I can get my hands on the 18-105. Oh yeah, so one of the people that asked that question was J.A. Gatsby, and he also asked, what's my take on the Sony RX10 Mark IV that is coming out? So I personally don't have any experience with the Sony RX10 cameras, but I do have the RX100 Mark V, and the reason why I picked that one up is because it has face detection autofocus. Now that feature is now coming to the RX10 Mark IV, which is going to be great for video. Now I'm not going to jump into the difference between face detection autofocus and contrast detection autofocus. What you should know is that most cameras will fall into contrast detection focus right here, whereas the newer Sony cameras are now coming out with face detection autofocus. So if you're looking for a camera that can autofocus really well in video mode, face detection is something that you should be looking for. So yeah, the RX10 Mark IV. It's a great hybrid camera. It's gonna shoot amazing stills and amazing videos, pretty much eliminating the need to get a camcorder because those take great videos, but not so much on the stills compartment. And the stills cameras, particularly the ones that don't have interchangeable lenses, don't really have great video features or lack important video features. The RX10 Mark IV has a headphone jack and a mic jack, so you can plug in like a Rode microphone or something, or you can actually attach a speed light, a flash to it. It's pretty much an all-in-one camera. The lens that comes with it covers a wide range of difference, from 24 to 600, and for aperture, I think on the widest end, the max is like 2.4, and if you zoom all the way to 600, it's like an f4. The way I see it is the RX10 Mark IV is gonna be a great family camera for moms and dads who want to shoot great stills and videos of their kids' soccer games, sports games, whatever, or just family outings without having to deal with like getting different lenses or using a heavy lens like a 70-200 on a 6500 or something like that. You know, this whole package right here is just ready to roll in any sort of situations. For professionals, they're saying it's gonna be a great B camera, a great C camera, something that you can pack in your bag just to get a different angles at like an event or something. Now, as for me personally, would I get the RX10 Mark IV? Maybe. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of potential in this camera. I'm interested in picking it up, trying it myself, and reporting back to you guys. So we'll see on that. All right, final question of the day is from Dalton Davis, and he's asking for tips for recording wedding ceremonies with just one camera. Honestly, it's really hard to shoot a ceremony with just one camera. I would advise you to get a second camera, even if it's just a GoPro. Having a GoPro or something in the back to get a master wide shot is pretty much gonna be your safety shot, something that you're gonna be able to cut back to in post when you're fiddling around with your main camera, like you're moving around, just to kind of like mask the movement of you transitioning from one location to another. But if you have to shoot with just one camera, what I would recommend is start at the end of the aisle, get the procession, get the bridal party walking down the aisle up until the bride and her father reached about 75% of the way. Move to the side, get the handoff from the bride's father to the groom, and just situate yourself in the back and get a medium shot of the ceremony as it's happening up until they finish walking up the aisle after the end of the ceremony. Now, either before or after the ceremony, get a bunch of detail shots, get a bunch of B-roll, get the chandelier, get a picture of Jesus, you know, get a picture of the pew, get a picture of some flowers, get some guest reaction shots, you know. These are the shots that you're gonna be able to cut back to because you're shifting around with the main camera, you know, just kind of cover up the shakiness of you transitioning from one location, one spot to another. All right, guys, thanks for watching this FAQ Friday. I know I haven't done one in forever, and that's because I just didn't like having to set up for it every time. I just want these to be like quick. I want to just pump out information to you guys. Right now I'm having a very simple setup, just one light, the camera all hooked up like this, and it's just easy. It's just easy for me to record these FAQ Friday videos now. And here's my plan. I'm going to try to do these on a weekly basis now as opposed to bi-weekly before, but with less questions. But with less questions means I can focus my answer on each individual question and kind of expand on them rather than blazing through 10 different questions and only spending a short amount of time on them. Lastly, if you like what I do, you like the information that I'm putting out, then consider donating to me via PayPal. All the money that comes in from donation just kind of helps fuels my gas and buy more gear. But hey, by buying these gear, I'm using them, I'm learning them, and I'm reporting back to you guys whether it's worth getting or not. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.